Everyone, I hit my goal. That's what I heard from my coaching client this week. 3 exciting words. And today I want to share with you what I call my end of month practice in helping you make sure you hit your goal at the end of the month. I'm Gail Bates, CEO of MyMentorBiz.com, where I help leaders grow million-dollar teams by working on systems and strategies to help them grow up the comp plan level. And one of the strategies is having that end of month habit where you're really creating a checklist and making sure that you're hitting your goals or you're getting towards your bigger goals. So it's the end of March. It's actually the end of the first quarter, okay? And actually at the end of the first quarter, I highly recommend when you're using your direct sales planner to actually make sure you check in with your, what I call your big, hairy, audacious goal for the year. So that's just a goal that's a little bit scary, a little bit hairy, but it's a goal that you want to, think about that you want, where you want to be by the end of the year with your business. So making sure you've done that. And so at the end of the first quarter, it's a good thing to check in and see if you're on track with that big, hairy goal. But I really want to talk to you today about that checklist for the end of month, because I believe when you put this into practice, you're going to have a better month every month. It just gets better and better. So I have actually 10 tips for you today. 5 are for your personal business and 5 are for your team business. So let's talk about the first 5. The first 5 are you want to check in with your customers for last minute sales. Write that down. Get out a pen and paper, and I want you to write down these lists, because from this list, you're going to create your own list. So checking in with customers, you had a big customer special maybe this month, and maybe you have really good customers who didn't take advantage of it. Do they know? Have they been too busy? They might need to hear from you. So that's number 1. Number 2 is make sure you close every party for the month. Do not hold any parties over as you go into the next month. In fact, just make this a rule of thumb. When you hold parties over 2, 3, 4 days, you're doing a disservice to the people who bought on the day of the party. Just think about that. So make sure you're closing every party. Number 3 is to check in with those prospects who said, maybe I'd like to join by the end of the month. Life gets busy, you get busy, but you need to make sure those people are contacted, because it's the day, the end of the month, they said they might be interested. Go back and talk with them. Number 4, you want to now look ahead at the next month. Do you have your 6 bookings booked in for the next month? That's my client that I talked to yesterday said, I hit my goal for the month. She has her next month's bookings all set in stone. Okay. And so it's important that that's what you do it's an important tip at the end of the month, that you make sure you have that continuity, that flow of income, because you have those bookings every month. And number 5, make sure that you recap your revenues and expenses for the month. Now, in the Direct Sales Planner, I had these fabulous Work Smart worksheets, okay? This comes as part of the system. And one of the worksheets is a business recap, a monthly business recap worksheet, I call it. And basically, you're going over all of your income, which is your revenue for the month, through your sales, through the commissions, through your bonuses, and then calculating out your expenses and making sure that you know if you're making a profit or loss and you're making any money in your business. So that's number 5 for your personal business. Now for your team business, I highly recommend these 5 points, okay? So the first one is you want to check your stats to see who's close to the $500 club, who's close to hitting the $1,000 club or the $5,000 club. You don't want these people on your team to miss it by $2, $3, $10. So a little encouragement, a little support from you saying, hey, Susie, I see you're at $497. Just another order and you're going to hit the $500 club is really important. Number 2 for your team checklist would be supporting those leaders who are close to qualifying. They need your support. They need your help. And it might be just helping them reach out to their team members to make sure the team qualifies as a team for the month. The third one is this is a fun one that I highly recommend. Today and the last couple of days, you want to be posting what your organizational volume is at the moment and seeing it go up. So, the organizational volume is at 22,000. Now it's at 28,000. Now it's at 30,000. The team's really getting excited seeing this organizational volume go up. So I recommend you do this in your team Facebook group. The fourth one is to really look in at how many people on your team did bookings for the month and get ready to reward them, because bookings are the highest form of activity for you as a leader. You want to make sure that you've got as many people on your team booking. And number 5 is to get prepared to recognize and reward all those top people in your team, because they're the ones that are working. They're making it happen. So there you have it. You have 5 tips for your personal business, 5 tips for your team business. Now, this is for you to start your own checklist, okay, to make sure that you create this habit towards the end of the month, because habits drive actions, okay? And once you start creating those actions, that habit of creating those actions at the end of every month, it becomes like a ritual. And when you create rituals, that's when you get results. That's what becomes so exciting. So I want you to make sure that you leave me a message below and tell me which one of these is really important to you. And tell me if you hit your goal this month. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.